As Bonner and his team raced through the dimly lit corridors of the dreadnought, the adrenaline still surged through their veins. The sounds of battle echoed behind them, but they had won a crucial victory. Their mission was not over yet. They still needed to escape and ensure that their victory was not in vain. "Keep moving! We need to reach the hangar!" Bonner shouted, glancing back at his team. They had lost some members in the fight, and each step felt heavier with the weight of their fallen comrades. But they had also gained strength from their unity, their shared determination to survive. The team dashed through the narrow hallways, weaving past debris from the earlier battles. The dreadnought was in chaos, with alarms blaring and lights flashing red. The crew had not expected a human counterattack, and now they were scrambling to regain control. Bonner felt a rush of pride. They had caught the Galactic Council off guard. "Over here!" a team member shouted, pointing toward a door marked Hangar Bay. The group rushed toward it, but Bonner's heart sank as he noticed a group of alien soldiers blocking their path. The soldiers were regrouping, preparing to fight back after their previous losses. "Get ready!" Bonner shouted, raising his weapon. The alien soldiers looked fierce, but Bonner knew that their previous victory had given them a fighting chance. "We can do this! Together!" The team spread out, taking cover behind the walls as the aliens opened fire. Energy blasts ricocheted off the metal walls, lighting up the dark space. Bonner took a deep breath and steadied his aim. He focused on one of the alien soldiers, firing his weapon with determination. The shot hit its mark, and the alien fell back, but there were still too many of them. "Push forward!" Bonner yelled, urging his team to advance. They needed to reach the hangar. The sounds of battle raged on, but Bonner felt a flicker of hope. They had faced incredible odds before, and they could do it again. With a fierce determination, Bonner led the charge, firing at the aliens as they moved. His team followed closely, their unity shining through as they fought together. They pushed through the enemy lines, their resolve unwavering. Finally, they reached the hangar doors, and Bonner quickly pressed the controls. The doors slid open, revealing a large hangar filled with ships. But time was running out. The dreadnought was preparing to self-destruct. They needed to escape fast. "Get to the ships!" Bonner shouted, pointing to a small shuttle in the corner. They sprinted across the hangar, dodging blasts from the remaining alien soldiers. Bonner's heart raced as he climbed into the shuttle, quickly checking the controls. Come on," he muttered under his breath, fingers flying over the buttons. He could hear his team behind him, shouting and firing at the aliens. The sounds of battle echoed in the hangar, and Bonner felt the weight of the moment pressing down on him. "Are you in?" one of his teammates yelled from the doorway, firing back at the aliens. "We need to get out of here now!" "Almost there!" Bonner replied, desperately trying to override the shuttle's systems. Just as he finished, he felt the ground shake beneath them. The dreadnought was going to blow. "Let's go!" Bonner shouted, hitting the launch button. The shuttle's engines roared to life, and they shot out of the hangar just as a massive explosion rocked the dreadnought behind them. The shock wave pushed them forward, but Bonner held firm, focusing on piloting the ship to safety. As they soared away from the destruction, Bonner and his team took a moment to breathe. They had survived against all odds. The dreadnought was in flames behind them, a symbol of their hard-fought victory. But it was more than that. It was a testament to humanity's resilience. "We did it!" One of the soldiers cheered, pumping his fist in the air. Bonner felt a surge of pride swell in his chest. They had faced a powerful enemy and emerged victorious. The fight was far from over, but they had proven that humans could stand against even the mightiest foes. As they flew through space, Bonner glanced at the stars outside the shuttle window. They were a reminder of the vast universe that lay ahead of them, filled with challenges and adventures. He knew that this victory was just the beginning. "Let's get back to Earth," Bonner said, determination in his voice. They had a story to tell, a victory to celebrate. But most importantly, they had a future to fight for. The Galactic Council had underestimated humanity, and now they would know the true strength of the human spirit. As the shuttle sped away, Bonner looked back at the burning dreadnought one last time, a smile spreading across his face. They had taken a stand, and their legacy would echo through the stars. Humanity was ready for whatever came next. Earth had never seen a night like this. The usual peaceful stars were gone, replaced by a sight that chilled everyone to the bone. Enormous warships from the Galactic Council dark and silent, hovering in the skies above. These ships were so vast and numerous that they blocked out the stars, casting a shadow over Earth that felt like an omen of doom. The air was thick with tension, and from the smallest towns to the largest cities, people gathered outside, looking up in terror. Inside the United Earth Defense Command's base, alarms blared, red lights flashed, and officers rushed around frantically. Humanity had known for years that they weren't alone in the universe, but they had never expected an attack like this. The Galactic Council was infamous across galaxies, a powerful organization of advanced alien civilizations that controlled entire star systems. And now they had arrived on Earth with warships armed to the teeth. The Council thought they could crush Earth easily, believing humans were primitive, weak, and no real threat. General Holt, the leader of Earth's defense forces, watched the monitors, his face pale but determined. "They think we're helpless," he muttered to himself, eyes fixed on the largest council ship hovering above Earth's atmosphere like a menacing shadow. "But they're wrong. We may be outgunned, but we're not out of the fight yet." In the cities below, people clung to their loved ones, fearing the worst. The Galactic Council's ships, designed for intimidation, looked like gigantic dark predators circling their prey. Suddenly, the silence broke as one of the Council's warships unleashed a blinding red beam toward Earth. The beam hit the ground and an explosion followed, lighting up the night sky as buildings crumbled to dust in an instant. Panic swept through the cities. Sirens wailed as civilians ran for shelter, desperate to survive. For them, it felt like the end of the world. In that moment, Earth's beautiful night sky transformed into a scene from a nightmare, painted with smoke, fire, and terror. For the people on the ground, it was a horrifying reality. One second they were living their ordinary lives, and the next, they were facing complete annihilation. In the command center, General Holt grabbed a radio, his voice filled with a mixture of authority and desperation. "All units, listen up! This is not the end. Earth still has fight left in her. We will not let them take our home." His words were transmitted to the soldiers waiting at their stations, giving them a spark of hope. Meanwhile, the alien commanders on the Council's flagship observed Earth's response with smug expressions. To them, humans were nothing more than insects to be crushed. The Galactic Council's supreme leader, an AI-controlled intelligence called Sovereign, watched the destruction from his command station. With calculated indifference, he said, "Initiate Phase 2. Eliminate all resistance." For the AI Sovereign, Earth was just another planet to be conquered, another species to bring under its cold, logical control. But humans weren't as helpless as the Council thought. In a hidden bunker deep beneath the surface, a group of scientists and military personnel prepared Earth's last line of defense, a secret weapon, a warship named Valor. This ship, created with every ounce of Earth's advanced technology, was equipped with a cloaking device to make it invisible to the enemy, energy disruptors to weaken the alien shields, and the latest AI support for tactical maneuvers. Captain Bonner, a battle-hardened soldier, had been chosen to lead the mission on Valor. Standing in front of his team, he addressed them with a calm yet fierce determination. "The Council thinks we're weak, that we're easy to defeat, but they don't know who they're dealing with. This is our home, and we're not giving it up without a fight. We're going to hit them where it hurts, and make them realize that humanity is not to be underestimated." Bonner's team knew the risks, and each member was prepared to give their all for Earth's survival. They suited up in their combat gear, the gravity of their mission weighing heavily on their shoulders. For them, it was not just a battle, it was a fight for their families, their future, and for humanity itself. As Valor lifted off, cloaked and undetectable, it moved silently toward the Galactic Council's fleet. This was humanity's last hope, their single chance to strike back and prove that they weren't just prey waiting to be conquered. The tension in the air was almost unbearable as they neared the massive flagship, ready to face an enemy that believed Earth was already theirs. In that heart-stopping moment, the entire planet held its breath. Humanity was facing its darkest hour, but in the darkness, a spark of resistance had ignited. It was an underdog's fight, a final stand against overwhelming odds, and the beginning of a story that would shake the galaxy to its core. Captain Bonner stood in the dimly lit war room, studying a holographic image of Earth surrounded by the massive alien ships. Earth was outmatched, but that didn't mean they were defeated. Bonner was a seasoned soldier with a fierce loyalty to his home, and he knew that Earth's best chance lay in the secret weapon hidden beneath the planet's surface, the warship Valor. Valor was unlike any other ship humans had built. For years, top scientists and engineers had poured every bit of knowledge and technology into designing this ship, keeping it a secret from the public and even most military officials. It was equipped with the latest in cloaking technology, capable of becoming invisible to enemy sensors. This cloaking device was Earth's edge, the one thing that might allow them to get close enough to the enemy without being detected. The ship was also fitted with energy disruptors, powerful weapons specifically designed to counter the Galactic Council's defenses. In theory, these disruptors could break through the shields of the Council's warships, something no other human weapon could do. But there was a catch. Valor was untested. This would be the first time it was put into action, and every detail had to work perfectly for it to succeed. General Holt entered the room, his face serious but with a hint of hope in his eyes. He looked at Bonner and said, "Captain, I know this is a lot to ask, but Valor is our only chance. If we lose her, we lose everything. You and your team are the best we have. Can you make this happen?" Bonner nodded, his expression unbreakable. "We'll make it happen, sir. Humanity isn't going down without a fight." Holt placed a hand on Bonner's shoulder. "Good. Your mission is to take Valor and target the Council's flagship. If you can take out their leader, the AI Sovereign, it might force the rest of the fleet to retreat." The team for this mission was carefully chosen, each soldier an expert in their field. Bonner gathered his crew in the hangar, where Valor stood, gleaming under the harsh lights. The ship's sleek, dark design was both intimidating and beautiful, crafted with every bit of human ingenuity and determination. Each team member felt a surge of pride and duty as they looked at the vessel. It was not just a ship, it was humanity's final hope. Bonner stood before his crew, his voice calm but carrying the weight of the mission. "Listen up. This is it. We're going to be the first to face the Galactic Council in direct combat. We may be up against incredible odds, but they've underestimated us. We're not fighting for glory. We're fighting for every person on Earth. Our families, our friends, our future depend on this mission." The soldiers exchanged glances, their faces a mixture of fear and determination. Each of them had loved ones back on Earth, and each knew the stakes. But none of them would back down. They were ready to risk everything to protect their home. As they prepared to board Valor, Bonner's close friend, Lieutenant Jane Kim, walked up to him. She had been his right-hand soldier in countless battles, and he trusted her with his life. "This feels like a one-way trip, doesn't it?" she asked quietly. Bonner gave her a small, grim smile. "Maybe, but if it means Earth has a chance, I'll take it." As the massive explosion of the Titan's wrath lit up the night sky, Bonner and his crew stood together on the edge of the battlefield, watching the destruction unfold. Flames roared and debris scattered across the stars, a sight both terrifying and beautiful. They had done the impossible. They had taken down one of the Galactic Council's most powerful warships. "Did we really do it?" Alex asked, disbelief still evident in his eyes. "Did we really defeat them?" Bonner nodded, a smile breaking through the pain from his shoulder. "We did. Together we fought and won. This is a victory for all of humanity." The thrill of triumph filled the air, wrapping around them like a warm blanket, overshadowing the fatigue and fear they had felt just moments before. But even as joy surged within him, Bonner couldn't shake the weight of their journey. They had lost friends along the way. He thought of those who had fought bravely and sacrificed everything for this moment. Their memories would always be a part of him, reminding him of the cost of freedom. "We should honor them," one of the crew members said softly, breaking the silence. "They fought valiantly. They deserve our respect," Bonner agreed. "We'll hold a memorial. They gave their lives for us and for our future. We cannot forget them." The crew nodded in agreement, their expressions turning serious as they contemplated the sacrifices made in the name of victory. As the last remnants of the Titan's wrath faded into the void, Bonner turned to his team. "This battle was just the beginning. The Galactic Council won't stop here. They will come for us again." The determination in his voice was palpable. "But now we know what we're up against. We have a taste of victory and we won't let it slip away." Alex, still buzzing with excitement, chimed in, "We have the skills, the technology, and most importantly, we have each other. If we can take down their warship, we can take down anything." With spirits high and hearts full of hope, they made their way back to their ship, the Defiant. The crew was exhausted but exhilarated. They had proven themselves against the odds and emerged victorious, but they knew their fight was far from over. As they boarded the ship, Bonner took a moment to reflect on everything that had happened. He looked around at his team, each one of them filled with determination and courage. They had come together in the face of adversity, united by their shared goal of protecting Earth. The bond they formed during this battle was unbreakable. Once aboard the Defiant, they quickly got to work, plotting their next moves. "We need to inform the rest of the fleet about our victory and what we've learned," Bonner said. "We have to prepare for what's coming." The crew set to work, their energy renewed by their success. They communicated with other Earth forces, sharing strategies and lessons learned from their confrontation with the Galactic Council. Together, they would strengthen their defenses and unite to prepare for the inevitable battles ahead. As Bonner looked out at the stars, he felt a surge of hope. Humanity was resilient, capable of greatness even in the darkest of times. They had fought against advanced technology and overwhelming odds, and they had won. "Together we are stronger," he said, rallying his team once more. "We will not be just a footnote in the galaxy. We will be known as the defenders of Earth, and we will fight for our home no matter the cost." With a renewed sense of purpose, Bonner and his crew set their course, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They were no longer just soldiers. They were warriors fighting for their planet, standing together against the darkness of the universe. The story of their victory would inspire countless others, proving that humanity would always rise against tyranny and fight for their right to exist. The Galactic Council's commander, an imposing alien covered in intricate armor, roared in fury. "How is this possible? Locate the enemy at once!" But Valor remained cloaked, a phantom ship delivering devastating attacks. Bonner and his team took advantage of the chaos, hitting critical points on the flagship. Fires erupted and sparks flew as systems overloaded. The Council had never seen humans fight like this. They had expected resistance, but not the kind that could tear through their mightiest warship. As the enemy flagship struggled to regain control, Bonner felt a surge of hope. For the first time, humanity wasn't just surviving, they were fighting back. And it was working. Suddenly, Nexus sounded an alarm. "Warning, cloaking device instability. Enemy scanners may detect us in 20 seconds. Bonner's heart skipped a beat. "Kim, full power to shields. Prepare for evasive maneuvers." He knew that if the cloaking device failed, they'd be exposed, vulnerable to the entire fleet. The clock was ticking, but Bonner wasn't ready to retreat. They had a chance to make a real impact, to show the Council that humans wouldn't go down quietly. "Hold steady, everyone," he ordered, his voice calm but intense. "This isn't over yet." The crew stayed focused, each one dedicated to the mission, even as the cloak began to flicker. The Council's flagship, heavily damaged but still functional, finally located Valor as the cloak dropped completely. Enemy guns swiveled, preparing to fire. "Here they come!" Kim shouted as the first enemy shots streaked toward them. But Valor was ready. Bonner took control, weaving the ship through enemy fire with expert precision, dodging blasts that would have destroyed lesser vessels. Each dodge was a calculated move, each strike a powerful message. Humanity was here to stay. As the battle raged on, Bonner's voice echoed in the ship. "For Earth! For everyone we're fighting for!" The Galactic Council hadn't expected this. They were finally realizing that humans were more than they appeared. Against all odds, humanity's underdog had struck back, and in the cold darkness of space, hope had been reignited. With the cloak gone, Valor was fully exposed to the Galactic Council fleet. Alarms blared inside the ship as enemy warships locked onto them, their powerful weapons charging for a devastating strike. Bonner's hands gripped the controls tightly, his mind racing. This was it. There was no hiding anymore. They would have to rely on skill, courage, and sheer determination to survive. Valor cut through the chaos of battle, every maneuver bringing them closer to the Galactic Council's flagship. Captain Bonner's target was clear, the heart of the enemy forces, where the AI Supreme, the mastermind of the invasion, commanded its fleet. This AI wasn't just a machine, it was a calculating, emotionless force driven by a single goal, to dominate all who stood in its way. Bonner knew that as long as the AI Supreme lived, Earth would never be safe. "Nexus, prepare to disable their main systems." Bonner ordered, his eyes set on the enemy flagship. Nexus responded in its calm voice, target locked. Enemy core systems within range. The tension in Valor was thick as they approached the massive flagship. Inside, the crew felt the weight of their mission. Bonner's hands were steady, though he could feel his heart pounding. "This is it," he said to his team. "We take down the AI Supreme, or we go down trying." Just as they lined up for the strike, the AI Supreme spoke, broadcasting its cold, metallic voice directly into Valor. "Human ship detected. Your resistance is irrational. Surrender and I may spare your species." Bonner smirked, undeterred. "We don't surrender to machines," he replied, his voice filled with defiance. "Earth doesn't bow to anyone, especially not you." Without hesitation, Valor fired its disruptor cannons, aiming directly at the AI's command center. The energy hit the flagship's shields, and for a moment, the shields flickered but held. The AI Supreme responded instantly, unleashing a torrent of laser fire back at Valor. The blast rocked the ship, throwing the crew off balance, but Bonner held steady. "Kim, focus all power on the disruptors. We need to get through those shields," Bonner shouted. Kim rerouted the ship's energy, and Valor fired again, this time with even more power. The disruptor blasts hit the enemy's shields, and they finally gave way, leaving the AI Supreme exposed. Bonner didn't waste a second. "Nexus, target their core. Let's end this." With a final shot, Valor hit the AI's core systems directly. Sparks flew across the enemy flagship as the lights dimmed and systems failed. Inside, the AI Supreme stuttered, its voice breaking up. "Error, insufficient data. This outcome unexpected." The crew of Valor watched as the massive flagship drifted, powerless. Bonner felt a surge of relief and pride. Against impossible odds, they had done it. They had defeated the AI Supreme. Earth was safe, for now. But everyone aboard Valor knew this victory would echo across the galaxy. "Everyone, brace for impact!" Bonner commanded as he steered Valor sharply to the right, just in time to dodge a massive plasma beam that streaked past them, missing by inches. The crew could feel the vibrations of near hits shaking the ship, but they held their ground, focused and ready. Lieutenant Kim was monitoring the enemy ships, her fingers flying over the controls. "Captain, they're coming at us from all sides. We're surrounded." Bonner's face was set with determination. "Then let's make sure they regret it. Kim, target the closest cruiser. Aim for their engines. We need to create a path out of here." The ship's guns roared to life as Valor unleashed a barrage of fire at the nearest enemy cruiser. Explosions rippled across the alien ship as Valor's shots hit their mark, damaging the engines and causing it to drift off course. Bonner didn't waste a second, using the opening to maneuver through the fleet, dodging blasts and firing back with relentless precision. Each shot Valor fired was calculated and powerful, damaging several enemy vessels. The Galactic Council's ships were formidable, but they had never faced a human ship like Valor, fast, agile, and loaded with disruptor technology. The crew could see that their attacks were having an effect, surprising the Council with their resilience. Inside the Council's flagship, the alien commander watched with growing frustration. "How can a single human ship stand against us?" "Increase firepower! Destroy them now!" More enemy ships converged on Valor, firing in unison. Bonner and his crew fought back with everything they had, their hands moving quickly as they dodged, fired, and reloaded. The ship shook under the strain, and smoke filled parts of the cabin, but the crew stayed focused. They had come too far to back down now. "We're not done yet!" Bonner shouted as he launched another powerful volley. The shots tore into the hull of a nearby warship, sending it spinning into another enemy cruiser. For a moment, space was filled with explosions and debris as the Galactic Council's fleet struggled to recover. In that heated moment, every crew member felt a surge of pride. They were outnumbered and outgunned, but they were showing the galaxy what humans could do. Valor might be one ship, but it was fighting with the heart of a whole planet, and the battle was far from over. As the Galactic Council's flagship floated helplessly, Captain Bonner and his crew knew they had reached the critical moment. This was their one chance to deliver the final blow and ensure the AI Supreme never rose again. The damage they had inflicted was severe, but the AI's core was still faintly active, attempting to reboot its systems. "Nexus, is the AI Supreme still operational?" Bonner asked, his tone steady yet urgent. Nexus responded, "Core activity detected. Reboot estimated in 2 minutes. This is our only window for a complete shutdown." Bonner turned to his team, his expression firm. "This is it, everyone. We need to destroy the core completely, or they'll be back stronger than before." The crew nodded, understanding the weight of their task. Their victory wouldn't be complete until they took down the core for good. "Kim, prepare a high-energy charge," Bonner commanded. "We're going to deliver it straight to the core. No holding back this time?" Kim worked quickly, setting up the charge with precision, her fingers moving swiftly over the controls. "High-energy charge ready, Captain. Once we fire, there's no turning back." Bonner took a deep breath. He knew this would drain Valor's last reserves, but he also knew it was their only shot. Aim directly at the core and fire.